questions on those 4 issues. Majority Leader, PCS will take 10. So when you stand, you say on which of the 4 you are focusing on so that we can assist in the management of time. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mine will be very quick. One is on the hardship areas to PCS, on the classification of these hardship areas. The disparity comes in when, especially the Ministry of Education, and it's good because I did hear the PCS say that the task force that was established in 2019 had the Ministry of Interior and the Ministry of Education. But the culprit really is the Teachers Service Commission, because it is teachers actually who push, and many of the petitions that have come to the House relate to teachers who want hardship allowances in areas that were previously designated as hardship areas, but which since have changed. So what I would want to hear from the PCS is what they are doing in government today to make sure that there is standardization, so that those areas that are classified as hardship areas for teachers are also classified as hardship areas for police officers, for instance, under the Ministry of Interior. The other one, Honorable Speaker, is not a question, is really a comment on the illegal recruitment of Kenyans into the foreign armies, and especially in Russia. Because as the PCS has said, there are many who have transited to Russia through third countries, or third-party countries, or, as we may say, through our neighboring countries. Some who moved from, who already had jobs in the United Arab Emirates, others in Qatar, and then transitioned and went on to work in Russia. I don't know what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the State Department for Diaspora Affairs would do to, in their engagements with Kenyans in their diaspora, to enlighten them on the need to stick to the jobs that they have already acquired in those other countries, other than being enticed, because those, I engaged with a parent, Honorable Speaker, of a young person who moved from Qatar, where he was working as a security agent or a security officer in a nice hotel, and was enticed with a better pay to go and work in the security sector in Russia, without being told they are going to work in the army. So I don't know what the State Department for Diaspora Affairs would do to enlighten Kenyans, even those who are working outside our country in the diaspora, that when they want to change jobs, for instance, from the Gulf states to other countries, that they could liaise with the State Department for Diaspora Affairs through the Kazi Maju program to be able to ascertain that the jobs they are being promised out there are jobs similar to what they are doing, so that you are not enticed with a better paying job and you end up being recruited in an illegal army in Russia or elsewhere. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Jared Okello.
Thank you. I thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I would want to restrict myself to the classification of areas as hardship. Honorable Speaker, this is the second time that our good Prime Cabinet Secretary has come before us to shed light on this most disturbing matter. And I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, because you have consistently stuck with us on this subject. And I hope your intervention, together with that of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, will finally bear fruits, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as our Prime Cabinet Secretary could be aware, Nyando constituency, which I represent, sit right between Muhoroni and Nyakach, both of which are benefiting from the hardship allowances, and Nyando does not. And in all the successive years you hear of flooding or adverse weather conditions, it is about Nyando constituency, Honorable Speaker. So there is a live matter before court that the Prime Cabinet Secretary has alluded to, case number E086 of 2025. Fortunately, this House is not a respondent in that matter. Together with the Ministry of Public Service, which is actually mandated to do gazettement of hardship areas, is equally not part of that live matter before court, Honorable Speaker. Whereas there are people who've gone to court who would feel disenfranchised by removing them out of that criteria, Honorable Speaker, I do not think that they additionally went to court to challenge new entrants into the scheme, such as Nyando constituency, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, now that the Ministry of Public Service is not party to this House, where this whole issue originated from, is not party to this live matter before court. What stops the Ministry, Honorable Speaker, from gazetting those areas that were put into the new scheme and now wait for the court to determine the issue of those who should cede ground and be taken out of the scheme, Honorable Speaker? So that is my concern.
Thank you.
I
Sane.
thank you.
Honorable Sane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the differences in the classification of hardship areas by 3 institutions, Interior, Teacher Service Commission, and the Judiciary, bespeaks that the criteria is not harmonized and it's not common. Mr. Speaker, hardship is an environmental issue. It is an asal issue. It's a climatic issue, rather a scientifically determined issue. It's not a political issue. When you use parameters like insecurity, simple flare-ups that may not last long cannot be a factor to consider to classify an area as a hardship area. We are going the same way, the way we have diluted equalization fund to cover up in major swaths of this country. Mr. Speaker, I believe we have politicized what is scientific. Hardship areas are ecological areas that have no rainfall, or rather receive erratic rainfall. Could the Speaker shed light how a scientific matter is handled differently? Jesus knows that Wajir is a hardship area, and it doesn't change. Even with devolution, it doesn't. So it is more of politics than what really hardship area is. It is an environmental matter. Why should it be? Why should other parameters be brought on board to dilute the matter? Thank you.
Yes, Nabi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to know, I'm restricting myself to the Russia-Ukraine mess. I would like to know from the PCS whether he is aware that Erastus Mundia of passport number BK 642770 of Lugari constituency, Mautuma ward, is one of those who died in Ukraine, and what the ministry is doing to get the body back home.
Rindikiri.
Thank you. I want to confine myself on the question on hardship. And I want to take reference with my constituency that borders Isiolo and Laikipia. Mr. Speaker, the problem is Bole is on the leeward side, 3/4, sharing the same geographical and climatic conditions with Isiolo and Laikipia. And the fence, actually you can't even know where the boundaries are. We've been losing teachers to Isiolo and Laikipia. It's a common problem. Our learning institutions have no teachers, but when you go across the fence, you find schools, teachers working shift. So the question is, what criteria did they use to deny Bore constituency and take Laikipia and Isiolo, knowing very well the determinant is geographical and climatic condition. Number two, if we use insecurity as a measure, Bore is on the northern grazing zone. It's one of those constituencies that have been affected by banditry menace. So on that basis also, Bole qualifies as hardship. So I don't know. I think, Mr. Speaker, you have to intervene here, because I think we are having a government discriminating against some other constituencies in favor of others.
The police holder is here.
I think
Makali Mulu. PCS will take the first 10. The time allocated is running out, but let's see what we can do.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll be very brief. What I wanted to ask is, Honorable Speaker, you'll find that where you have teachers and security officers, there are also nurses, there are doctors, there are agricultural officers, and you find while the teachers are earning hardship allowance together with the security officers, the rest are not earning hardship allowances. What explanation can we give to those civil servants who are not teachers and are not security officers?
Musa Sirma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak about this hardship. Mr. Speaker, my constituency is the only constituency in Baringo County without hardship. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, we border.
Is hardship a virtue?
It is, of course, it is monetary.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, currently, all the schools in my constituency are like private schools. You will find a school requiring 10 teachers. We have only 4. So parents have to meet the difference in terms of employing those who are required. My neighbors, that is Rongai being one, Mogotio, Keyo South, even Tinderet are my neighbors. And all of them are in hardship. And all the teachers are moving away from Koibatek constituency, Koibatek sub-county. And all the teachers, the TSC staff are taking bribes from teachers to go to the hardship areas. So all what we are doing now is we are suffering as a constituency. Mm-hmm. We have no teachers, and we have never been given affirmative action to employ more teachers in my constituency to meet the difference of those teachers who are being moved illegally by TSC out of my constituency. Mr. Speaker, this is a very imbalanced way, and we have never been given that affirmative in terms of either employment or given hardship. Other departments in Koibatek sub-county receive hardship, apart from the Teachers Service Commission and Provincial Administration. All others are receiving hardship. What is the difference? Mr. Speaker, we need that clarified and given hardship as all others who are receiving in Koibatek. Thank you.
Paul Katana.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi hii. Ningependa kusema kwamba viegezo vyote ambavyo waziri amezungumzia kwamba vinatumika ili kusema maeneo ni maeneo magumu zaidi kama mambo ya ukame, kutokuwa na nyumba, usalama na moto. Viegezo vyote hivi viko ndani ya eneo bunge langu la Kaloleni. Na jirani yangu pale Ganze tuna shida sawia na Kaloleni. Lakini Kaloleni iliachwa. Ganze wakapata allowances, lakini Kaloleni hatujapata. Na hii Bwana Spika imechangia walimu wengi kutoka ama kuchukua kutafuta kwenda maeneo mengine kwa sababu ya hali ngumu ilivyo katika eneo bunge langu. Swali ni kwamba je, walitumia kigezo gani kuipatia Ganze na kuacha Kaloleni? Vile vile tukisema kwamba ni walimu peke yake na maafisa wa polisi, kuna wafanyaji kazi wengi wa serikali ambao wanafanya kazi kule, na kama hawapati haya marupurupu inakuwa ni vigumu kuendelea kufanya kazi katika eneo bunge la Kaloleni. Kwa hivyo tunamwambia waziri arudie mpango wa kuangalia sehemu ambazo zina ugumu ili tuweze kupata huduma ama wakazi wa Kaloleni waweze kupata huduma kama Wakenya wengine. Asante Bwana Spika.
Pareyo, Narok North.
Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to raise this issue, because I was one of the members who complained on the hardship allowances or areas. My constituency in Narok North works under very hard difficulties, because sometimes in some of the areas it rains the whole day, and teachers in my areas undergo very hard conditions when they go to work. And as we speak, Mr. Speaker, teachers are running away from the schools because of the hardship or the difficulties they go through as they work. And when you look at my constituency, other constituencies that we border with, like Narok East, they are beneficiaries, and Narok West are beneficiaries. But when you go to Narok North, there is none of the areas that are benefiting from the hardship allowances. So I stand to say that the Prime Minister should look at the conditions they use, because I tend to believe that in my area is one of the areas that are working under hardship difficulties. Teachers are running away. We now have a shortage of teachers in my constituency. And therefore, I tend to think that that report should favor everybody, because it will look like it is biased, because people are undergoing very hard conditions when they go to work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ochanda. Is bond also hardship?
Let the mic come here. Now, Mr. Speaker, PSC brought in an issue of criteria, which I think was good. Yes. But he didn't give us the process of identification, the process of how do you get to be identified. There are criteria, yes, but of course he also alluded to some application at one stage. Do people apply, do communities apply, and what is the process like before they are subjected to the criteria? The last one, Mr. Speaker, I don't know which magician categorized parts of Nyanza as hardships and left out all our islands. All the islands in the lake were left out. Bondo has 5 habitable islands, and all of them are left out in this categorization of hardships, Mr. Speaker. I don't know which magician was this, Mr. Speaker.
Those are 10. Let's have a response. Mandazi, I'll give you after this. Yes, PCS, you are facing a tricky situation. A lot of rain is being described as hardship. Drought is being described as hardship. So let's hear your policy on this.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, it's becoming interesting. Nairobi